Greetings, instructors, and happy holidays. I hope everybody is keeping warm and getting ready to keep warm with this impending storm that they keep talking about. So hopefully everybody stays safe for that. But on behalf of the project team, I want to thank you guys, all of you, all of our instructors, for all the amazing work you've done in this past year. Our numbers are looking phenomenal. In fact, there's going to be some more word on that coming soon. You're going to hear more about that. But our target was 6,000 Ohioans to be trained by March of 23. And again, those numbers are looking phenomenal. So kudos to all of you, and thank you so much for all of your hard work and commitment to this project. A few items I want to touch on as we close out the year is, as I mentioned, of course, our goal end date was March 15th of 23, which is closely approaching. We are hoping for additional funding, and there's much of that. It's not just based in hope, but also the work that's being done in the background. And many of you are participating in that by completing those advocacy cards during your trainings, during your in-person trainings. And thank you so much for that. There's also a lot of work being done on the project team and advocacy team on behalf of trying to get that additional funding. That being said, nothing is guaranteed at this point. We know there's nothing has been shared with us to let us know that that is going to happen. But again, we're certainly hopeful. A few things, though, for you to be aware of in moving forward. One, or as we prepare for this, please continue to do the advocacy cards that are mailed to you for the in-person classes. And if you're unsure about this, what I'm even talking about with this, please shoot me an email and I can kind of walk through that with you, what that looks like. That is particularly for the role of lead instructor. Handles that. But also the other thing is that I want you to start thinking about, or invite you to start thinking about, what does it look like moving forward if we don't have funding? You have the certification, you worked really hard to become an instructor, and what does that mean? And what can that look like in terms of what are some other avenues to deliver mental health first aid in your community and throughout Ohio if we happen to not have additional funding? We are going to focus our discussion on January 25th when we do our next instructor gathering. January 25th, again, that's from 12 to 1:30, about just that subject, about just that topic. And we want to work together to come up with some ideas and maybe things people have done in the past when they have worked more as an independent contractor and not under a grant project such as this one. So please do come prepared to share your ideas or to have your questions answered. We will walk through that together and see what we need to do. Additionally, then, the other third thing as we prepare and look forward to that date is Janet has been working diligently with the Ohio legislators to request additional funding to bridge that gap between, let's say we do, our funding ends March 15th of 23, and the next round of funding would not likely happen until July. So Janet has worked with the legislators to request additional funding just for that bridge period. And because of that, we're asking you, if you have audiences that are still reaching out and saying, hey, we want to have training, but you know that may or may not happen before March, please do go ahead and still fill out the host referral form. And that is on the Trello board. I'm going to share that with you here just a moment to refresh your memory. Again, if you've got a group of 30 or more that want to take the course, please do complete this host referral form. And what will happen is we'll send them out specific information about the waiting list that we're creating to help during that time if we happen to not get it. So it's under the links column, and it's this very first one. So again, any questions on that, please let me know. And while we're on this page, I do want to point out, again, this is all that information regarding advocacy and what that process looks like for the lead instructor. And these are the cards that I referred to, the mental health first aid cards. These are what we're asking to be shared with the participants during the class. Fill it out, lead instructor mails them off to the legislator and district representative. So just as a little reminder there for you. And again, I mentioned that we are going to have an instructor gathering January 25th, 12 to 1:30. Hopefully you have that link. I will send that out again as well, and then it will be on Connect Team also in the news feed. So if you have any trouble finding that, that's the other place you can find it. And I want to then just wrap up again our our time together here in with a big thank you and a quick little greeting card, if you will, from the project team. I want to share this with you. Kathy actually created this for us, but I will close with this. Enjoy. All right, hopefully you enjoyed that as much as we did. Enjoyed watching that. So thank you again to Kathy. And thank you to all of you, and everybody have a healthy and safe and peace-filled holiday season. Look forward to seeing you in the new year.